Hello, welcome to the Dollhouse. I am the doll. Y'all, I ran across a movie called Quadroon that I wanted to discuss with you. Just a couple parts from the movie. It really details how the white men in America uh, were the deadbeat dads, the original deadbeat dads of this country. And this is one of the movies that really highlights a culture of keeping mixed mistresses. The quadroons were young women who were basically groomed to be the mistresses of the Creole men in New Orleans. And I'm pretty sure that this type of thing happened all over the South. But during slave times, the only way that a mixed race woman could have any bit of freedom is if she were basically being taken care of by one of these elite men in society. So I wanted to share some scenes from this movie. It's supposed to be set during the times of slavery before 1865, and this is set in New Orleans.
Eh bien, I take it you have never heard of our femmes de couleur, our free women of color.
Negroes?
Partially, yes, but much more like a sweet drop of cream.
But where...
as I was saying, these quadroons, as we call them, they are products of the Creole man and his darker woman.
Oh, I thought such marriages were against the law.
Oh, you are correct. But let me be blunt with you. A quadroon woman, she has but one goal in life, and that is to be the mistress of her Creole. The quadroon woman, she is schooled in seduction from infancy. When she reaches womanhood, her voice, it is genteel. Her dress, it is delightful. Her figure, her movements, they are poetry. And her virtue, my friend, before her presentation, her virtue, in comparison, the Virgin herself is promiscuous.
What presentation?
Oh, that is a great ball, where all the quadroons are presented to the Creole gentleman. But that is another story. It grows late. We have to discuss your teaching.
Wait. He really believed that these women looked forward to being their mistresses. And I guess in comparison to slavery, they did look forward to it. They were exposed to the finer things in life. They didn't have to work as hard. The downside was that they were often single parents to children whose fathers may or may not continue to support them. So later in the movie, and the innocent young man, he goes to teach a group of young quadroon ladies how to read and write, because soon they will be presented at one of these balls and they want to get the top price for their companionship and for their wombs, basically. They want to attract the highest bidder, the highest bidding sugar daddy. So he goes to teach them to read and write, and he falls in love with Lynette McKee's little sister. He starts to tutor these women, and he meets this one, and he starts to fall in love with her.
Monsieur does have a name.
Caleb. Caleb Wycliffe. I didn't realize you people could speak English.
We people speak several languages. Tell me, monsieur, do you think I could learn to read and write in 4 weeks?
A little.
Splendid. That should up my price considerably.
I'm afraid I don't...
My daughter jokes. You see, in a month I shall present her to society.
To the Creoles.
Oui. But also many Americans nowadays.
Do you enjoy beef?
Yes.
Do you think that you would enjoy that slab of meat a little more if it could read and write?
That's enough.
So the two main characters, they're hanging out at the ball.
Such a pity. Such a beautiful thoroughbred like her mated to such a jackass.
You heard what he said about her. He called her a thoroughbred. That attitude indicates what the men in power at that time felt about the enslaved women. He paralleled her existence to that of a horse or another animal that might be getting ready to race. And I guess those women were racing to the bedroom. The really messed up part about it is that when these men bid for these women or negotiated with them for their time and energy as a mistress, they made no guarantees. There were no guarantees that the benefactor would stick around, that he would keep his interest, that he would even stay alive, that he would stay rich. If he died, the wife was certainly not going to maintain his other household with his mistress. So the children were just left without a father. You know, the children were left with mothers who now probably had to go back into slavery anyway to just support themselves. They had to do some kind of work, and their freedom was only contingent upon their ability to be of service to the upperclassmen in society. So when youth and beauty faded, so did their prospects for being taken care of. So, yeah, this is how the deadbeat dads of the past interacted with their children, the children of the enslaved women who were quadroons. They made the children, and then they perhaps visited every now and then, but they didn't feel connected to them, and that's probably why a lot of multi-generationally mixed people do not feel connected to their white forefathers, because outside of taking care of the family, as long as the mother was willing to lay on her back, these men didn't really have that much affinity for these side families. So, you know, we've got to reckon with our past as a society and really shed light on the fact that there are broken families. The roots of broken families go well beyond the 1960s. So I hope this shines some light on the quadroon culture for sure, and also the culture of deadbeat dads that, you know, started well before the Civil War. So again, I appreciate you for watching my channel. Please like the video. Go watch Quadroon. The link to the movie is in the description box, and we'll talk soon.